What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, the place to be to get inspired habits to live the life you love. So this week we have a really beautiful topic, and it's realistic ways for you to approach life in a positive way. Before we begin, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Atena. Every week I share tips, tricks, advice, all of that good stuff to help uplift your energy, change that subconscious programming so that you can have those pretty happy habits. And I would love to have you on board if you're not already subscribed. So make sure you click that subscription button and you turn on your bell notification so you know exactly when I'm posting my next video. If you want to know how to have a positive outlook on life, today I'm going to share 4 ways for you to achieve this in a realistic way. Make sure you grab a cup of coffee, a tea, a glass of wine, and join me. If you want to take notes, take notes. This is going to be short and sweet, but also have really great condensed information. Okay, so the first piece of advice that I have is a little counterintuitive, but it's all about processing those negative emotions. Now, if you're new to the emotional scale, I'm gonna link that below so that you know that there's all sorts of scales when it comes to your emotion. One emotion overrides another. In order for you to start processing negative emotions, you have to kind of accept that they're a part of life. If I had $1 for every time, including myself, every time someone telling me that they don't want to feel anger, they don't want to feel fear, they don't want to feel sadness, I'd be super, super rich probably. But it's just not realistic. There is no way for you to go through this life without feeling these emotions. They're very natural and normal. What makes it difficult is that we have a lot of resistance. And in order for you to remove that resistance, you have to start from the beginning. And the first place is your self-talk. And if you're new to my channel or if you've been thinking about this for a while, I really urge you to go download the ebook. It will be in the description box below, because without that positive self-talk, it is impossible for you to properly process negative emotions, and it's not whatsoever achievable for you to have a positive outlook on this life. So this ebook that I have for you below, it goes through the 10 most common automatic negative distorted thinking patterns. And why this is important is that because these are automatic thinking patterns. So something happens, you automatically make an interpretation without even knowing it. So it's really, really important for you to be not just aware of your negative thinking patterns, but to actually interrupt them and learn how to rewrite them. And in that ebook and in several other videos, I'll actually link them up there or down there somewhere. I'll link them somewhere for you to go and see exactly what I mean. And if you're not aware of what negative distorted thinking patterns are, I urge you to download the ebook and check it out, because 100% you have them. It's how you deal with them that is really going to be the maker or breaker of whether you have a positive self-talk. It's also the pillar for your foundation for self-esteem. So when you have positive self-talk, your self-esteem is automatically raised up a level. And at that moment, that's when it gives you that, I don't want to say audacity, but it gives you the tools that you need to deal with negativity in your life. Oh no, I thought I was filming. What's up guys? Okay, so I have to interrupt and place this video in the middle because I completely forgot to talk about one essential tool that I have also on this YouTube channel, and that is that I created a whole meditation for you to kind of separate yourself from your negative emotions, to give your negative emotions almost like a different personality and create the safe place for you to deal with them. And it's in that meditation, what I get you to do is that you close your eyes, you have that negative emotion, that part of you that's feeling down, angry, sad, all of those lower vibrational emotions in front of you, and you let him or her act out that bit, release it, say whatever they need to say. And when you do that, it's really incredible, the release that you feel. So I'm gonna link the video right here. Yeah, I'm gonna link the video right here so that you can check it out and experience it. Of course, if you have questions, DM me, message me, write to me on YouTube. One thing that I'm going to add that I don't think I have in the ebook is get accustomed to asking yourself more positive questions. So what do I mean by that? as you're getting into that positive self-talk, you're starting to also realize the words that you choose. Implement this in your questions. If you want to have a positive outlook on life, ask yourself positive questions. So what does this mean exactly? Instead of waking up and being like, ugh, I'm so tired. How am I going to get through today? Ask yourself, what could make today pleasant? I'm a little tired. I don't feel that great. What could bring me some joy today? What is a moment that I look forward to? What is one thing that I can do to add something good to my day? Do you follow me? Anyways, if you have any questions, make sure you comment below. I also, just as an FYI, I love when you guys comment. Not only does it help me feel that I have an interaction with you, it also helps me with my YouTube, and it helps spark that conversation so that I kind of know exactly what to ask you guys. A lot of you have been reaching out on my DM on Instagram, and I so appreciate it. And if you have any insights on this video that you want to share on Instagram, be sure to tag me and I will repost your story or your post. Okay. Without further ado, the second piece of advice that I have for you is to start placing healthy boundaries with toxic people and toxic environments. So what does that mean? Sometimes I change my hair throughout the video, and then I notice after I'm editing, like, whoa, this looks significantly different. So interesting, I know. Okay, so what does this mean? First, you start talking to yourself positively, you start asking yourself positive questions. You're going to know that there's naturally people around you that may be a bit of energy suckers. And I'm actually going to make a couple of videos on how to deal with toxic friends, how to let them go, how to deal with coworkers that you don't get along, because learning how to get along with people that may be in your life that you don't necessarily appreciate is really fundamental in you enjoying your life and having a positive outlook. Why? Because if you're constantly with toxic, negative people, the odds are that it's just going to affect you on a daily basis. There's no going around it. So what I recommend is that if you can at least distance yourself from people who don't appreciate you, who don't speak to you kindly. Maybe they have their own issues. This isn't about judging them, but maybe they lack some self-esteem. Maybe they lack some self-love. And sometimes people lack that and they still are quite kind, appreciative of others. Other times they just might not be that nice, and that's not your problem. That's not your burden to carry, and it's really not up to you to fix people. So my recommendation is to just take a healthy distance and also know within yourself, is that person really toxic, or is it my perception of that person and that situation that is toxic? And if you're having a hard time understanding this one, let me know below, because I definitely am going to do a whole video about this, because this is almost one of the most fine lines in life when it comes to you being aware of your own limitations versus other people's limitations. I really hope that made sense. Anyways, so the third advice that I have goes really hand in hand with number 1 and number 2. I don't know why that made me laugh a little bit, but it's all about interrupting patterns of behavior that bring you down. So we all have them. Definitely shows yourself kindness. We all deal with life in different ways, but notice within yourself things that trigger you. And when you have these negative patterns of behaviors, like eating way too much, drinking way too much, going to places where you know nothing good happens, placing yourself in these moments where you're really just bringing yourself down, and maybe it's just something you do in your daily routine. And I really urge you to to interrupt those patterns. And probably the best way is to just be conscious of them and really take that time to say, what could I do aside from this? And if you want to work with me, I do one-on-one breakthrough sessions. I'm going to offer it for a limited time only. So if you have a really bad pattern of behavior that you really want to break, you're at the brick of it, but you just don't know how, reach out to me and I am sure we can tackle it together. Okay, step number 4, sometimes your actions are going to override your emotions. So as someone who works a lot with mindset and energy, I often tell people it's that positive self-talk or that proper self-talk before the thinking patterns even begins that's going to lead to the feeling, that's going to lead to the action or inaction that you take. And that creates a cycle. But sometimes just not thinking is probably the best thing. And let me explain. How do we do this? So first of all, if you feel like an anger is brewing inside you, or that you are starting to spin, your mind is starting to spin out of control, get up, go for a walk. Tell yourself, I'm going to take 4 breaths. And it doesn't have to even be deep breaths. You breathe in, hold it, and exhale. And one little trick I like to give people is like, if you exhale just a little bit more, that's what's going to help you take a deeper breath in. And if you do this, let's just do it together for 2 seconds, and you're going to know exactly what I mean. So put your arms back, go. Hold. If you just did with me, you're going to feel automatically a calm come over your body. This is a really easy way for you to stop and interrupt your thinking pattern and to relax your nervous system, relax your body right away. And then this is a good time for you to go back to step 1 and notice the thoughts that you're having and choose again. And if you're in a really negative state of mind, don't try to go from 0 to 100. Don't go from being like super desperate and upset to being like, I have to feel super joyful. I can't accept this emotion. That's where you're going to start bumping into problems. That's where you're going to make your life so difficult. And it's also just, I don't want to say inhumane because as humans, we behave this way. It makes it so much harder to bounce back. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a couple of other videos linked towards this topic. And if you have questions, always reach out to me. If you want to work with me, all my details are below. And make sure that you share this with people. Share it with someone that you know that is going to help. Share it on your social media. Make sure you tag me. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I can't wait to see you next week. Bye.